Ah, then you must be here for the murder mystery. So don't you worry about the thing. You're going to be having a fine time because you're going to be getting both of them. My name is Vera McLean. And here I am the head maintenance professional here at the library. Well, actually, you see, I'm the only maintenance professional here. And for those of you that are having trouble with the big words, you might just say I'm the cleaning lady. My goodness, I've not seen a group like this since we announced that we had a new book in the library ready for circulation. The pop-up book. Folks got excited about that one. You should have seen the waiting list. But I should not be getting caught up in the past like this. I know you folks came here to see a murder mystery, just like you've been used to having every year here at the library. But you see, here there's a bunch of folks that are wandering around the library all of the time, and they think they're having a board meeting. But they'll be glad to have an audience this time, and just wait till you see them. What? A bunch of clowns. You don't just know somewhere there's a carnival running itself. You see, they're sort of caught in a loop. It's the same people every time. They say the same things. They do the same things. But there will be a murder. There is every time. The same one gets killed by the same crowd every time. I can see you're looking puzzled, and maybe I should do some explaining. You see, all of us here, we are dead. Now don't be trying to run off. The bus is already gone, and you paid good money, so you may as well stay and have the desserts. Don't worry, we died, all of us died nice and natural and peaceful life. It's just that some of them, they are so self-important, so self-centered, they don't think they can do anything as ordinary as dying. I'm the only one that knows that I'm dead. But I ask you to just play along. I don't think you're going to get bored. There will be a murder. There will be some solving to be done. The food is going to be great. The desserts are in there already, and I've been tasting them. And we'll have some fine prizes at the end. So I guess I'd better go close the doors. Looks like we're about ready to begin. Everybody's here. Well, look at you, Bucky. She's sure a fine tie you're wearing tonight.
Well, thanks, Vera. You got some eye. Not that one that goes shooting off to the left. This is the suit I always told the little lady I wanted to be buried in when I went down for that final dirt nap. But why waste a perfectly good ensemble waiting for that to happen? Bugsy Maloney, Chatham's preeminent politician and a member of the Chatham Area Library Board.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Al Cedar. I believe I can be of some significant help here today. You see, I'm just an ordinary Joe. But the difference is, I see dead people. That's right. I'm very, very focused. I can see them, hear them, eat with them, play with them, touch them. There is a bunch of energy here today, almost like a very hot wind. That's why I brought along this little gizmo right here, a carbon monoxide detector. Later on, I will take some EVPs, some MVPs, some HIJs, some KLMNOPs. these are just the inside tests, what done normally by the world's great psychic researchers gone over into ghost hunting. Right now, I am hearing a great horde of children running, almost like a stampede. Yes, I am getting a reading here. I need to go into some of the other areas out back and check things out. Please, whatever you do, don't be frightened. They probably won't want to hurt you. They haven't had their naps yet. And they're just trying to get over to the light. I'll be right back. Pray for me.
Who was that nut? He is crazy. Obviously, he doesn't know who he's messing with. Like I was saying before the interruption, Bugsy Baloney, your trusted servant. I'm sure most of you have heard about my astute political skills. You've probably heard about that time that I negotiated for the release of the teen trivia group. They got bored, as kids will do, and went down and robbed Casey's. You've probably heard about how I've enforced drug testing in the schools for the presence of library paste. Even opened up a detox center for all those little preschoolers at the Ball Chatham School District. Awfully proud of that one. Yeah, you've probably heard about the time I single-handedly passed a referendum to remove all cell phones from the high school. That's a good thing, since students make school an awful dangerous place. School system was saved and made a whole lot safer. I've even saved the political careers of many in this town. For instance, there was the time Chief Barnett wanted to give Head Start students permission to cross Route 4 just to get to McDonald's. He said it would make them more self-reliant when they were ready. Then there was the time that the JCs wanted to move the Sweet Corn Festival to Linda Meyer's backyard. Crazy when that one was. Now my latest mission to save this library is to put a wine bar in the checkout. So as you're checking out, you can just check out. I think that would allow us to open up on Sundays. We can have demolition truck derbies on the big screen put on my lake area disposal. And with that, I think we'll be able to purchase 2 more books for the library shelves.
Oh, please, don't be an idiot, Bugs. Come on. When did you steal a suit like that?
Does a guy have to be dead to wear a suit like this?
Oh, you should. I mean, come on, look at this guy. You can see right through him. He's so transparent. Political transparent person. I mean, you could see right through him, right? Anyway, oh, you know what? I don't think truck derbies are the types of people we want to attract to the library. I was thinking more along the line of tennis matches and strawberries out in the Alamo parking lot. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Holligo Richland. I'm a library board trustee member and one of Chatham's elite. Well, my family's lived in the Caldwell Mansion for years, so I guess that makes me a member of the high society. Actually, I'm the only one who can afford to bring cookies from Harkins. I volunteered my time at Memorial, and I figured out everybody was sick there, and you just can't be too careful. Then I tried the American Legion. They told me that I had to be a vet on a war. I told them that I'd wrapped bandages in the annexation battle of Springfield. And they had the gall to refuse me my membership. Well, I do love reading, and this cute little date card. I was first on the list for Devil Wears Payless. I also checked out a book entitled, a self-help book. It was, You're Different and That's Bad. I've also checked out that good-looking lawyer that comes in here every Tuesday evening.
Hey, dudes. Can you believe these arrogant Politico types? I haven't seen action like this since Linda Meyer took a swing at old George Ryan for granting amnesty to all overdue library book holders. He said we'll let them all off and out This whole library system is corrupt.
Oh, boy. Am I ever getting the readings. This might be the most haunted library in the U.S., maybe even the world, maybe even Sangamon County. I will now try to communicate with the children. Do you hear me? Children? I feel you near. If you have something to tell us, tell us now. If there is someone on a higher plane that can communicate with us, speak to us now.
Yo, bro!
Well, I will be setting up a Ouija board out in the hallway, just in case anyone wants to help us communicate with the spirits of these lost little pipes. I'll alert you when it's set up.
Forget that, dude. I know you all came here to see me, Herb Peace Green, local community activist. Maybe you remember me from the Paris Hilton look-alike contest at the Library Dog Show. I was the one that insisted that the winner wear special ear protection from the hairspray. Or maybe you remember me from the band to prevent Jim Hayes and Tom Gray from holding that indoor sharpshooting contest. That could get real dangerous, man. Then there was the time I organized that community raid on illegal maple syrup chugging. We have to work to save overworked trees. It was far out, man. 200 picketers, folk singers singing folk songs, rubber bullets, police dogs, tear gas. It was great. I bet that's the last time that Father Franzen suggests that as a way to make easy money for St. Joseph's Pancake Day. But now, my latest project is right here in the library. I know I may have eaten some library paste in my day, but I know this. For years, man, the library's been stealing hard-earned money from the patrons. They blackmail little kids, swindle senior citizens, and then on top of that, they charge mafia interest rates. For instance, they have raised the price to join the Friends of the
hard drinking, nose to the ground, news reporters crime with the Chatham Herald, Times, Sun, Tribune, Clarion, Globe, Post-Dispatch, press badge. That makes me important. Melanie is just a little bit of crime around here, and I think it's work. If I have any friends in this town, they call me nosy. So you people out here that have friends, you got people sitting by you, you don't know how lucky you are. If you're not in the news games, you don't have to spend hours upon hours of these boring board meetings. I mean, they spend 6 hours talking about buying pencils. Should we buy them in lively colors or yellow? Do we just need one? Or maybe we don't need any pencils at all. Then they'll spend another 5 hours on how many book bags it's going to take to haul the gravel from the neighbor's driveway over here so that the board members can have traction for their cars in the snowstorm. Then they spend 3 more hours figuring out how long it takes a neighbor to figure out his gravel's going. So there's always something going on at these board meetings. You, looking at your little thing there. What's your name? We'll make sure it's in the paper. At these board meetings, when they don't have much else to do, they will quiz each other on how many book titles they can remember in this library. Oh, don't tell me. Encyclopedia Britannica A. Encyclopedia Britannica B. Encyclopedia. Never mind. I go through all 28 letters of the alphabet. Anyway, you know, if I went to a prison execution, at least there'd be an end to it. I shouldn't be covering these stories anyway. I am just way too important for this. I have a press badge. I'm sure you've heard about my Pulitzer Prize-winning stories that I wrote, A Small Town Salt Allergy, and, oh, my favorite, How Old Is That Popcorn in the video? Who's behind it? But my best was about the mayor's house, and you heard about Mayor Gray's house when it burned down. And I went and took my photo to that room. We got a lovely picture of him. He was all upset about leaving his library, all 2 books. And we got a picture of his soot-stained, crying eyes as he, I quote it, by the way, I didn't even get to finish coloring the second one. He was absolutely devastated. And then there was the rosebush incident at the post office, the second rosebush. Have you guys seen that one? The post office swears it's the same one. It's not all allegations that I've made. But you know what? I'm a journalist. I don't have to prove anything.
Oh my, what in the heck is going on here? Where did you people come from? Well, you shouldn't be in here. This is a public library. You know, I've been running this place going on 25 years, and I've never seen such a mess of humanity. My name is Alda. Out of books. You may call me Ms. Brooks. My job here is to run a tight ship. No shoes, no shirt, no books. Do we understand each other? And we run on time. We run by the Dewey Decimal System. All books will be lined up correctly with this system. And I don't mean just on the shelves, on the checkout counter as well. If you are fortunate enough to check out a book, I will, or an underling, will escort you out to your car to make sure that book is lined up properly in your vehicle for the journey home. Now, do we understand each other? And you will never talk above a whisper. I will never warn with a shush. You'll be fined and thrown out of here. I will not put up with unnecessary talking. Do we understand each other? Now, restrooms. Restrooms are for patrons only. But please, only one visit per family. Little Jackie has a weak bladder leaving home. If there is an emergency visit required, a $2 toilet fee will be imposed. Paper tissue does not grow on trees. Do we understand each other? Now remember, this is my library, and don't you forget it. Now, on a lighter note, you know, it's just not right for this many people to be in the library at the same time. You know, so there may be a $12.50 chair rental fee, not to mention all the oxygen you people are sucking up. Another $3. But since you are here, I will have each of you fill out a library attendance form. Now, don't be frightened. I'll walk you through it. The rest of you better pay attention. What is your name? And is that your real name or an alias?
No, it's my real.
All right. Do you own a vehicle?
Yes.
Do you own your own home? Is it mortgaged? How much do you think you owe? Oh, round it off. No, listen, how many books do you think you have in your home right now?
200.
Well, what do you want with one of ours? Now, if you do check out a book that has pictures, and you will be looking at them, there will be a looking at picture fee of 50 cents. There now. Wasn't that simple? Well, I'll just let you all fill out those forms, and, oh, there will be a 25-cent fee for the form.
I just saw my first form. It was a big one.
A what? Well, it better not be hanging around in here.
On television, those plumber guys and country roads, they see them all the time. But when it's you, it's so frightening. I am being convinced there is evil here. I'm feeling that there is a vortex right here. So cold. Yep, this is where they enter. I'm really scared now. Must check my heart rate. Oh, I just felt one pass right through me.
Just a minute there, little mister. That's going to be $100 fine for assault.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rita Page, reference librarian. That was my boss. Did you see her? Ooh, she's scary. We tried renting her out for Halloween last year when there was a candy shortage. Anyone that would rent her didn't even have to give out any candy. Nobody would want to go on that porch and ring that bell. It would have been a great moneymaker for the library, but Miss Hoops wouldn't go for it. I have certainly tried to do my part, being an intellectual who just loves books. I knew as a small child of 3 that what I wanted more than anything was to be a reference librarian. Everything I ever learned, I learned from books. I got the correct shoes by reading Are You Crazy Parents? Or Lose the Laces and Buy Slip-Ons. Your kids will never be bright enough to tie. That saved me a lot of stress. Then there was How to Hustle the Tooth Fairy. Paid my way through college. Well, I think the meeting is about to begin. I need to help them set up. I really need to go over my notes on how to get home tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ralph Brunzell, and I am president of the library board. I see you've already met some of our distinguished colleagues and associates here. Bugsy Fulani, Bugsy Fulani, our illustrious career political assistant. It's delightful, Ms. Holly Risley, also president of the annual What Can We Do for the Little People? Her Greenpeace, not just a donor, but president of the Hair Club for Men. Miss Nussdell Parker, which you've already met, crack news hound. She thinks she's another Jerry Springer. Sort of looks like me too. This Alda Brooks, can't miss her. Reference librarian, you couldn't find her desk with the map of the place. This is a very important meeting, so I, Ralph Brunzell, your president. We've got a tape recorder here, and we're going to record a very monumental occasion for the library here. We want this tape to go into our archives. And to make it really festive, we've got cookies. 2 cookies to be exact. You see, tonight we're going to sign our first ever ethics resolution. We're going to start the meeting here. I know we've only got 3 people present, but the rest of the members of the board had their car impounded. See, we have a 3-hour parking rule out here, and so Ralph runs it all, have cars impounded. I'll be here after they get the fines paid for. Now then, let's get down to business here. The pillow. I had a tattoo removed, and it was on my derriere here, and it was, I had on there, it was the, my wife's first name, my first wife's name, on my derriere. And my new wife, you know, it's been very painful, but anyway, I got the new wife off of my case. We voted on the, so I'm going to sit down here carefully
And we're going to get this new resolution signed so we can put it into effect. Okay, sorry about that. The new resolution. Since we already had a meeting, this has already been taken care of. All we have to do is get her signed, get it in the envelope, and then get it to the village board so they can put it on file. We have a problem, sir? Am I going fast enough for you?
I do have constituencies.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that takes care of it. Here we have our ethics resolution, ready to be filed. And to celebrate this occasion, I always celebrate special occasions with a good cigar. Now, I know there's a no smoking policy here in the library, in my wife's car, in my mother's bar, so I'll just sort of, chew on it a little bit to get the flavor out of it. Actually, it's a little ironic to be signing an ethics resolution. There's one among our group that has no moral decency. They don't know right from wrong. They don't know the difference between good or bad. And this person has committed a grave offense. And they're going to have to pay for it. So, when we take the resolution up, I won't reveal the name of the person, because this is the legal process. Well, I guess the closest thing we have in this town for a legal process would be Street Draper's Law Office, but he's probably out chasing the paramedics in the ambulance. Well, until a close investigation begins, I must be silent. That's why, with this meeting, Ralph runs it all, okay, a little visit to our chief of police, Chief Barney. I'll tell him that justice must be served. And speaking of served, why don't you just all sit here for a moment, and I'll go check on the food.
I mean, the nerve of that man. I mean, come on. He's already eaten all the cookies, and now he wants to get to the food first? That's ridiculous. You know what? I'm rather surprised by his allegations of wrongdoing. Well, can't possibly be me. There was this one little incident, but that's been cleared up. You see, some of my girls from the Red Hat Club and I, we went to New York City on library business. We went to go check out a library and actually put their books on shelves. See, we flew from Capitol to Chicago first. We did some light shopping, and then on to New York. We caught a couple of Broadway shows. Oh, we have around here these amateur murder mysteries. Then we went to Spargo's for supper. Oh, I had a delightful bottle of Leonard Montrachet 84. Private jet only had to refuel once. Ralph said that in the future I'd have to get library board approved. Well, sure, it wouldn't go back on his word. That can't possibly be me. You know, I was more concerned about Miss Alda Books. The other day I saw her stealing canned goods from the Boy Scout bags to feed the homeless. You know, it's not me. I'm above reproach. Actually, I don't know what that means. I don't know how to spell it. But I know that I am definitely above it.
Well, the hardest thing you can spell is your own name. Now, let me clear up one thing here. I never stole canned goods from the Boy Scouts bags of the homeless, okay? I don't even like canned peas. I'm not even sure how much care for the homeless either. They're always trying to get in here to get warm. And you know, I'd let them if they could come up with the loitering fee. I too am surprised at Ralph's allegations. I am shocked. I cannot believe that man actually drug a cushion in here to sit on. Now that is a breach of library law, not to mention a stiff fine. Talk about your morals and ethics. Well, he certainly isn't talking about me. That little problem I had a few months ago has been all cleared up. I've given up library paste. That's right, and I completed the whole 3-day detox with those little preschool druggies. And that can't be as morally inept as Bugsy when he got fire all the library assistants and replace them with new dancers from Deja Vu in Springfield. Said it'd be good for circulation. I think he meant his own circulation. But you know, I had to talk to Ralph about the detox, and he promised that if I stayed clean, I could keep my job. I thought we had an understanding. No, if you ask me, he's probably talking about Bugsy Maloney. He's probably been making eyes again at those ladies from the nursing home.
You're just jealous. You're the original 3-bagger. You couldn't get a man if you wore a bag over your head, and he wore 3, just in case 2 broke. Well, I, for one, am not surprised by Runzadal's allegations. I believe there is a lot of crime in this little one-horse town. That's why I ran for public office. Shouldn't I get my share? To clean up the streets of Chatham. That's why I ran for public office. And what a better place to start than right here at the library. You may not think that this is a hotbed of crime, but I, for one, put a stop to illegal clipping of coupons in our magazines. No, I did not try to flood the parking lot in Breckenridge subdivision just to put in a Chatham Riverboat casino. Vicious lies. I explained that situation to Ralph, and I thought we had an understanding. I will bet he is about ready to expose that Rita Page. She is so creepy and so stupid. She reads way too many books. In fact, I bet she has 2 books on her right now. One on how to put her left foot forward, one on how to put her right. You get it. That's Walking Rita.
Mr. Bugsy, how can you be so unkind? At least when someone tries to find me, they don't start by looking at the Ramada Inn in Springfield. But Bugsy Maloney is right about the crime in this town. I witnessed it myself. Once, while at South Park, I saw 2 kids go down the slide at the same time. Then there was a time I was at Harmon's grocery store, and I saw that one right there. Yes, you. Try to eat all the 3 samples of the frozen pickled herring pizza in one bite. Yet, I must admit that none of us are completely innocent. And yes, I too have a little problem. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I've been pocketing overdue fines to keep my addiction. But I'm in recovery now. My name is Rita Page, and I am powerless over rare goods. Yes, yes, I am a recovering rare goods thief. It all started back in college. My library science professor showed me a copy of Milton's Paradise Missing. I didn't even know it was lost. I got me so excited. The leather cover, the tight binding, the smooth pages. Oh, right then and there I knew that someday I would dominate the rare book market. So I started buying all kinds of rare books, like these right with me. Shakespeare's 13th Night, and even Jane Austen's Sense and Senselessness. But how could I afford all this on my librarian salary? So I started popping with the pennies and nickels from the overdue fines, but that wasn't enough. So I went in and started changing everybody's due dates on the library computer. People would come back and find out that they were 40 years overdue. Sure, people would say, I'm not even 40 years old. And I would just show them the computer records and say, computers don't lie. Pay up. When Ralph Renzenall found out about it, I promised him I would pay everything back. I don't even need the overdue fine money now. I got so good at stealing it, I just steal all the rare goods. When I told him I would pay it all back, he seemed okay with it. That's why I think he's talking about that nosy reporter. I once saw her beat up the mayor's wife for taking 2 newspapers out of the newspaper box.
Hey, sister, she had it coming. Free speech doesn't mean you don't have to pay for it. Yeah, I am really not surprised by Renzenall's revelation either. I've been keeping my nose to the ground, and I know something big is going down. I am tired of being outscooped by other reporters in this town. I mean, the Salem Star outscooped me on that hemorrhoid epidemic. My editor told me to sit on it. And then the Illinois Times, they outscooped me on that nursing home gang war. I mean, come on, Jello revolts, Howard Chair hijackings. It was great. I didn't get to do it. I hope Renzenall just gives me an exclusive on this one because I'm the best reporter in town. You see, I think he's forgotten all about our little incident. Nothing to call the police about. He accused me of libeling him in the newspaper. A reporter libeling anybody? Come on. I just said, you know, what well-dressed, behind-the-scenes library board president prefers Garter belts to pantyhose. What's to get upset about? And I told him I would print a retraction. And really, if you're going to be suspicious of anyone at all, you should be a little suspicious of her. Pretty peacefully. I mean, really, since he wants to save the whales, I might ask you, what is he saving them for?
Yeah, lady, I guess you wouldn't be worried about whales. I've seen your mother. I fully support this board president, dude. I think Ralph Renzenall is doing the right thing. For years, I've been the sole world conscience of this town. Except for Ola Lee, I'm the only one that feeds the parking meters in the library parking lot. Actually, there aren't any parking meters. I just put money on the curb and Father Franzen comes over and picks it up. You see, Ralph did catch me committing a crime. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I haven't been recycling. I've been discarding my plastics in the library dumpster. I've been throwing out my newspapers with wild abandon. See, it all started with plastics. Some were number 1 recyclables, some were number 2 recyclables, and some were number 6s. I just couldn't keep the numbers straight, man. See, the truth is, I never learned to count. It must be the education I received here at Glenwood High School. I tried to hide it, but when I got to the University of Illinois, people got suspicious. At protest marches, I would shout, 1964! What in the heck are we counting for? People think I don't have a phone because I'm against technology, but the truth is, I can't operate the number pad. It's real tough to keep time by the sun. I'll meet you in the shadow of the water tower heads third base. Ralph was walking by my house one day when he saw me throwing a can of Dolphin Safe tuna in the garbage. He said he was going to report me to the village for not recycling. I told him I would start again next week. It's probably that Rita Page chick he's going to report. Isn't there a law against public decency to be that stupid?
Well, everything seems to just be fine. I'm back in the kitchen. Why don't you take a little break and have a little food? Finish all of my here. So let's have a little break.
just like I told you. He's deader than a doorknob. Now, here we get to my part. Milk, bread, pork chop. Oh, I'm sorry, I got my grocery list out. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, folks. Let's see if we can get the right one. Yeah. Oh, no. Call 911. It's Ralph runs it all. He is dead. I can't believe it. Right here in our library. Nobody touch anything. Oh, this is terrible. I don't know what we're going to do. I'll bet he didn't even sign our checks. Just like all the other times he got killed. See now? Isn't this fun? Yeah. Told you you'd be having a good time. Now it's about time for that muddled detective to be showing up. Miss Diva Detective. Yeah. And you know it. She's dead too. But just kind of play along with the group. This gets better and better.
All right, everybody, settle down. You are settled down. All right, remain seated. Don't panic. You don't seem to be panicking. That's the problem with society today. You've seen too much. You just let it go past you. Well, I was floating by the library and I got a little call. And I heard there had been an incident here. So I thought I might come in and check it out. What's going on over here? Well, Yep. Natural causes. What? You're disappointed? I suppose you want me to do something official, right? Well, all right. Is there like a doctor or a veterinarian around, perhaps?
Oh, no, honey, let's not be going there. We don't want to bother these nice folks. They've just had a fine dessert and they're so full they can hardly move.
Well, that's obvious. All right, Vera.
I got just the thing for you. You better help me. Here's a big one.
Ah,
Oh, yes, the mirror tells it all. He's a goner. He'll not be going anywhere.
Are you all disappointed, probably, right? Expecting some serious excitement here? Well, for those of you who, well, maybe one of you might be skilled in crime scene analysis, let me just kind of walk you through this to show you kind of what happened here, okay? Follow me, would you? It's going to get a little complicated. You may want to take some notes, all right? Watch this. Now, I think he's sitting on a very pluck cushion. Let me just look here. Let's make this right. Okay, yes. All right, so what that happens right here, pressure, tibia refracta. Comes up here, impacts sacro and iliac, creating like this big lack of oxygen. Bingo! Dead. Simple, right? I just saw it last week on CSI. Even Dr. House couldn't cure this clown or figure out what's wrong with him anyway. Usually in movies, we tape the Vic, that's a victim. We tape like an outline, but I don't know, this might take way too much tape. Are the paramedics here yet? Paramedics?
Go look us right now.
This one's our place. We usually take people out, I'll bring them in.
Oh, yes. I have seen. Oh, yes. Children. You think innocent children. But no. Burning flames. And their eyes. Their eyes are the worst. Tiny pinpoints of red light that follow you. Follow you. You can't escape it. And they eat. Oh, brother, can they eat? You should see the stacks of plates back there. You people, it's all your fault. You have opened a door. A door that should have never been opened.
Maybe he's been drinking today. I wish all the patients would get on the spot like that. You feel free to strap yourself down while you're on
I guess this is who the call was for.
Just remember that next time we stop by, that go ahead and get on the cot like that. It works better that way.
That's a good tip. Who was that guy anyway? Who was that? Maybe they should have brought him that. I don't know. Man, that's really frightening. All right. Move along now. You've had your fun for the afternoon. Move along. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much. It's been lovely seeing you all this afternoon. See ya. Bye-bye. Wait, before you go, let me play a little mood music for you.
Are you crazy? What are you doing? Hey, you know I have to watch my... What's the matter with you? I can't stop you.
What was that? I don't know that song. Very strange. Well, that was the voice of Ralph Runs It All. Maybe there's more to this than meets the eye. Maybe I need to take a look around just to satisfy my curiosity.
Yeah, look what we have here. There's a plate with 2 cookies on it. There's a bottle of pills and they've been spilled. There's a glass of water. The water's been spilled out. I'm supposing I'll have to be mopping that up. Ah, there's a stamped envelope. And there's a pile of papers. And look at here. There's a plug, and it's been broken, and just been very repaired. Not very good, I would say. And then, there is the body. This all looks mighty suspicious, Miss Detective. You might be wanting to investigate this.
Now wait just a minute! Don't touch anything! I think we have a crime scene here! People, come on, calm down, oh my gosh. All right, I think we need to get him out of here. Come on, let's go. Well, come on, Vera.
I'll get the door.
Well, these cookies look mighty suspicious to me. Was it you, Holly Go Richley?
Of course I brought the cookies, but they're not poison if that's what you think. I mean, come on. I bring the
He's the only one that eats them, so the board would be quite safe. I've never completely trusted him for forgiving my little junket in New York. Said he wouldn't go back on his word. I don't know. I mean, he knows that I could easily reimburse the library for the expense, but I don't want to. You know what? I've already given so much back to this little community, I know it'd only end up in his pocket. And besides, what if I did get caught? There's no nice parties in prison. You can just ask Mama Stewart. I mean, what about my magazine subscriptions and my credit cards? Not to mention Prison Orange. I mean, I'm more of a spring, don't you think? If you're looking for a murderer, you know what? You should ask Harvey Eastring. There could have been rat poison in that glass. I seem to recall an incident where he stole all the rat poison from Ace Hardware in his Operation Rat Rescue protest.
And why wouldn't I want to put poison in the dude's water? Even though the man was turning out to be a bad trip for me, I know all about bad karma. I thought he cared about the people in Chatham, but I was wrong. Sure, he hated my protest about overdue book fines, but I don't think he had the right to try and have my house condemned. Said he wanted to build a new branch library. My house is clean. Yeah, I keep a few dozen of the little rat guys for my Operation Rat Rescue protest, but everyone knows that a rescued animal is the most grateful. It makes the best pets. Anyway, I told Ralphie that we don't need a new library branch because no one comes to this one. Anyway, he said that no, the library needed my property in Hurstbourne to build a 10-story parking garage. What? What's the matter? The hippie can't live in Hurstbourne? I said, 2 miles away? You expect him to walk that far? He said, no, the airstrip will be ready by then. I knew this was wrong, so I returned to the boardroom during the break. We started talking. When he wasn't looking, I was going to pour some rat poison in his glass. But when I looked down, there was no water in the glass. Yeah, I swear it was empty. I saw a puddle on the desk, and I freaked out. I didn't know what to do, so I ran out of the room. My poison couldn't have killed him. What about the tape recorder dude? Just like Deep Throat Man. I saw Out of Book set up the equipment for the board meeting. Talk to her, man.
Well, I certainly did set this up. You're right, I wanted him dead. Sure, I'm big on procedure. But I've been breaking a few rules of my own lately. I've been embezzling money from the budget. Oh, I'm tired of always having to answer to that board. They want to offer them books like murders, mystery, fiction, nonfiction. Nobody reads that stuff. And they want to allow them to check out more than one book at a time. Way too generous, I say. I just want them to look at the books here. So I decided I needed to open my own library. Alda's non-public, non-lending library. A place where people aren't even allowed to look at the books, let alone check them out. See, they just tell me what kind of book they were interested in, and I'd summarize it for them. In fact, I wouldn't even let people in. They could just drop a note in the book deposit, and I'd call them at home later. I don't know about this murder. I certainly had nothing to do with it. I'll be back.
go in, and Bubba Looney, when he takes his smoking break, I get to serve the pillows on the little yellow mats and put them in the prescription bottles. Yes, all you guys that get pharmacy meds with food care, that was me. And I knew when and where Ralph rented all about his allergy pills. So one day, I decided to talk to him about some things. See, I did this little expose on the lack of paper products here at the library. Do you need it, Jane?
No.
Anyway, Ralph was very angry about it, and he said he was going to check into it, only I didn't know he was actually checking into me. See, my journalism degree, it's a fraud. It's true. It's true. I got my, I faked it from Bob's School of News. Got my little diploma. But I like the badge. It gets me in so many doors. Anyway, if anyone found out that I wouldn't be able to work for the Chatham Herald Times, Sun Tribune, Clarion, Globe, Post Dispatch. Anyway, I knew he had to be stopped because I couldn't lose the job. Where would you get your news? You know, from that scrolling marquee at the Bank and Trust Company? Not give me a break. There's not enough letters that go across to tell you things. So one day when he came in to pick up his allergy pills, lady, you look like you've got guilt written all over your face. Face bugging. Anyway, so I decided to drop an extra pill into his allergy medicines right before you came to get it. It was just a triple strength Viagra, you know. He would die with a smile on his face. But he would die. However, if you would look at this prescription, the bottle over here, if you'll see this pill, it's still there. He didn't take it. You can take them, test them, do a toxicology report. Toxicology? And you know what that means. You'll find out that none of those are poison. But you've overlooked one important person here. Rita Page was in charge of things like paper and envelopes and stamps.
You know, I was just thinking, I had to start my own library and I needed money. And the reason this looks so fishy is because I've been inserting bogus line items into the budget, like OB dusting service and OB shelf straightening service, and no one seemed to notice when I wrote checks for that except Ralph when he decided to call OB pencil sharpening service and got my answering machine. Oh, he just went crazy. He went off. He threw the paste episode up in my face. He just went nuts. He said, "This is terrible. This calls for drastic measures." And then he looked at me with those little beady eyes and that little creepy smile of his, and he said, "That's it. 2 strikes, and you're out of here." Well, I asked you, what happened to number 3? So I knew I had to do him in. I could use a little background music here. Oh well. I had to do him in. So before the meeting, I was the one that frayed the cord on the tape recorder, and then I poorly taped them back together. And then during the break, I entered the boardroom and I saw Ralph, you know, Ralph working quietly. Ralph, are you listening to me?
What?
Ralph,
Ralph?
that one that kicked it. That one that we rolled out of here.
This guy?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy?
Oh, anyway. So Ralph was working quietly, so I went over to the desk and I knocked over the glass of water. I was going to push him into the puddle, but being the kind, caring sort of person I am, I just couldn't go through with it. And where is that music? Well, so Ralph was stunned. No, he didn't say anything, so I hurriedly went over and unpulled the cord. What you heard on that tape was not said to me. No, sir. When I left here, he was alive, and that tape recorder was unplugged. If you want to investigate anybody, I'd investigate that nosy reporter, or that funny little Page.
Yes, I had my reasons to our esteemed dear leader bite the dust. I may read lots of books around here, but when I get the chance, I read reports. One day I was just accidentally rifling through some papers on his desk when I came across the plans for extending the library hours. Ralph was planning on turning the reference department and the children's library into an after-hours sports bar with karaoke.
What a great idea.
He was going to have Jello wrestling on ladies' night. So angry. I have worked hard in obtaining every encyclopedia known to man to have this precious bulk of knowledge turned into Ralphie's now-to-high room. The only way to put a stop to it was to cancel Ralph's library card. Get my meaning? Well, earlier today, I sprayed the econ with my pet spray on a sheet of stamps. Oh yes, one lick and it'd be express delivery to the great beauty decimal in the sky. But I panicked right before the meeting, and I knew I had to hide my crime. So I interlibrary loaned How to Avoid Detection When You're Up for Murder, but they sent me How to Avoid Rejection When You're Only a Lone Sheep Herder, like that was going to help. I was so frightened. Before the meeting, I switched the poison stamps for normal ones. They were self-adhesive, so nothing even have to lick them. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that cushion over there, though. The one with the powder fingerprints. Who eats the most jelly-filled powdered donuts than our esteemed politician? Jelly-bellied Bugsy Baloney. Bugsy, take it away.
What are you staring at? Oh. Do I have donut on my face again? I'm sorry. I know what you must be thinking, but I need sugar. I'm high-strung. I get a lot of stuff done, and I burn up energy. I need sugar. It's true, there was no love lost between Ralph and I. In fact, I even hated him. Every time I saw him sitting up there on his cushion, I could have just spit. I could have driven nails with my fists. He's the biggest wimp in this burg. I should be president, not just here in this library, but in old D.C., the big White House. It's not fair. All I could do was look at and see him. If I'm a nobody, I might as well be Park District president. Anyway, during the break, Park District.
Oh, okay.
I wolfed down a donut for courage, of course. When Ralph stood up, I took the cushion out from underneath him and got ready to put it around his neck and strangle him. But then I realized that his death would only make him a martyr. And who remembers the guy after a martyr? I ask you, who came after Gandhi, Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Devlin? So I put the cushion down and I left the room. I swear, it's the truth. My hands were clean. Would a politician
I'm beginning to think I'm a little out of my league here. The only real case I've ever cracked was the time that they found there was a bag of french fries at McDonald's that had a pair of false teeth, and it turned out they were mine. I didn't even miss them. Here. Anyway, so I'm going to need all of your help. You need to fill out your arrest reports. You need to note who did it, what the motive was, and how it was done. And our sworn-in deputy volunteers will be around to collect them. So we will take a brief break, and then we will return. I'm telling you, I don't know, but here's someone who thinks that Rita Page did it to keep the library from becoming a sports bar. Poison stamps. Interesting. Here's someone who believes that Bugsy is the murderer. Motive? To become board president and finally get those dancing girls from Deja Vu. Well, strangled with the seat cushion. Interesting theories, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I would read all of them, but I think from the looks of them, it looks like you'd rather be writing George Bush's State of the Union address than an arrest report. I don't know what's up with that. But I think it's clear to me who did it. Bugsy?
What can I say? You caught me. Sorry, detective, I hate to disappoint you.
Wait.
It's a little hard to press flesh with my adoring constituents, all from an 8x10 jail cell. Yes, it's true, I wanted fame and notoriety. But I do not need a cushion to smother my opponent. My popularity speaks for itself. Sorry, detective.
Well, yeah, I pulled the plug on the tape recorder, but I didn't pull the plug on old Ralphie Bruinzell. Listen, I got other ways to make money for my new library. Devious ways. Why, I'll just produce my own murder mystery, and I won't have to kill anybody, just torture them.
I just can't call Ralph a rat, because rats are my friends, and he is not. But I didn't poison him. Let him take my home. I'll pitch a tent in South Park. I want to protect the environment. Burying him would have been polluting it.
Well, Detective, my only fault is my generosity to others. I mean, no more cookies for me. I found something more prestigious to do at my time. I looked into the eligibility requirements at Glenmont High School. And did you know you didn't have to be a student to become homecoming queen?
I did not stamp out Ralph's miserable life. I'm going to be on my way to bigger and better libraries with 12 software books. But you all are missing one important clue. No one sneaked in here and killed him during the break. In fact, we all witnessed the murder. Sure, there's all this legal stuff lying around, but I think you'll find the actual murder weapon is missing. Ralph runs it all signed the ethics resolution. But where's the pen? Why isn't it at the crime scene along with everything else? And if you're talking about pens and writing, that can only be to one person. Yes, you fool. It was I who killed Ralph Rosendahl. Mr. Integrity and Ethics. He found out I was a fraud and that I didn't really have a journalism degree. Who needs a degree? I've already proven I can write in this town. Of course, all the stories were fake, except for one. Remember the little title? Who prefers garter belts to pantyhose? Yeah, he had to be stopped, and I knew I couldn't count on all those other board members. See, being a reporter, I learned everything, Mr. Jones. I learned everything about everybody in this town. And I knew that I couldn't count on those bumbling idiots to actually get it right. So I knew I could. You see, he does always look his pen before he signs things. I knew how to pen. But if you'll have it tested, you'll find out there's not any proven proof. I just don't like it. During the recess, I was the last one to enter. And he was getting a little sleepy from all those cookies that he had and snacks. And I walked up real close to him and I showed him this really little small 8x10 picture. And, well, he decided to play the music. I've got one for everyone. Told him it wasn't the only copy. And then if he wanted to try and rip it up, he could go right ahead. I would make sure the police got it. The pharmacy. Put it up on the billboard at Harmon. Oh, nice little notice no pantyhose. Good pedicure, too.
Those are great shoes.
Girls were all right. But anyway, that was the one story that was true. I took that at one of the mayor's parties when I took my photographer to the hedge. Got a nice shot of him there. But I hurried and plugged in the tape recorder and wanted to catch that little conversation from my own personal record and treasure for the future. And so it was me he was talking to on the tape recorder.
I was gonna take the tape with me to keep it as a souvenir. Unfortunately, I got distracted by the pen again. But anyway, it was Alda that came in first. She unplugged the tape recorder. And then I saw that glass of water over there. Yes, water. I figured it was poison by herb or something, and he's such a loser, I mean, he couldn't get it done either. And then the stamps, well, Rita's such a mean person that the ones that she thought that she had hidden, I had replaced. So I figured, you know, the stamps got tested and they showed up poison, all the better. She could take the fall for it. And the cookies, nobody eats the cookies because Holly brings them. If they were poisoned, again, all the better. It would poison the Holly, not me. But Vera came in, and she did see me enter with this envelope, with that lovely little 8x10 glossy envelope. And she saw that I had left it. Actually, Ralph was just so embarrassed when he saw this picture that he's been ill, and I guess he just had a heart attack and died.
Sister, you're coming with me.
Cameras? News? Press?
Come on,
This is my good
let's
side.
go. Give them your farewell wave.
See it in the paper tomorrow. Rosella Parker.
Well, I guess we got that cleaned up, didn't we? Now there's nothing to be doing but to meet the cast. They'll all come floating in now.
Now after, I'll introduce the real people, or the real dead people. Vera McLean is Jean Blazer. People only is Eric Fitzgerald. Holly Go Richley, Jamie Jones. Anna Book, Jamie Budley. Director and playwright? Replaywright, whatever. The next one is Herb Peascreen, Mike Starowska. Mika Bartlett. Parker. Marissa Thurman. Eva, detective. Christine Westerlund. Vic is, well, runs it all. Bob Williamson.